What's up, Experience team? Excited to get a chance to reconnect with you guys. Happy New Year to you, and I hope you got a chance to read my email yesterday to give you just a brief update about where we're tracking as we begin an amazing 2017. I wanted to take just a couple of minutes to kind of give you just a bit of information that will hopefully get us relaunched well into the new year. And the first is just a quick picture snapshot of kind of maybe a transition for our video huddles. One of the questions that was kind of going around quite often was the question, so our video huddles, are those for our coaches? Are they for our teams? Are they for both? So one of the things I'm kind of going to try to turn over this next little bit is to really try to make the focus of our Experience Team Huddle videos specifically for the coaches. And it's not to leave information out or to leave people out of the loop who are on our teams, but to really give you guys the opportunity to relay the information that's appropriate for you and for your teams on to them without having to give them the whole kind of rundown of everything that's going on with all the other teams. We are trying to keep everybody as in the loop as possible, but just recognize that there's a lot of information that we're trying to pass on. And so we want to be intentional about honoring your time, setting you up for success, but also really setting your teams up for success. And so for the foreseeable future, unless something kind of radical changes, we're going to direct our huddle videos specifically to you as coaches, give you guys the opportunity to pass on information to your teams. And if there is information specifically that we want to pass on to your teams or to make sure that it gets into their hands, we will probably just film a separate video so that you can pass that on, makes it easy for you, but also doesn't create confusion on that. So thanks for leaning into these each week. I'm going to try to make them as informative and also as timely as possible. So I want to get to a few things real quick. One, we're launching a new series this week, and as I mentioned in my email yesterday, this may be one of the most important series we've ever done at Next Level Church, and that's even including the fact that in the last 3 or 4 months, we launched a campus, purchased a dream center, and all the things that are happening. But there's some conversation that Pastor Matt is going to begin with us this weekend that everybody who is a part of Next Level Church needs to hear. There's some exciting transitional conversation in terms of just even a refocus and a clarification of our very mission and purpose statement. And so we want everybody to be on the same page, leaning into that, being aware of that, because we believe it's going to be so formative and shaping as we lean into 2017 that we just want to make sure you hear it first this weekend. So we'd encourage you to be here, encourage all of your team members, even those who may not be serving this weekend, to be here, to check out one of the services this weekend at 9 or 10:45, or to check out the podcast, even if they're not able to be here, if they're out of town. Make sure to lean into that. Also, as such, one of the things that's going to come out of the conversation of the message series for this next few weeks is actually going to cause us to need to hit the pause button for at least a month or so on our Discover events. And so we are going to not be holding Discover Part 1 or Discover Part 2 in the month of January. And it's possible also in the month of February. I'll let you know more about that. Part of the reason for that is we just recognize specifically that the information that's going to be shared this weekend is so critical to the ongoing kind of vision and mission of the church that there's actually going to be some content reboot and rewrite of all of our Discover material. And so you'll be hearing more about that over the next few weeks. It'll make more sense as you hear the message this weekend. But I wanted you to be aware of that specifically, Next Steps team, that we will be hitting a pause button on Discover for at least the month of January, and wanted you to be aware of that. We are, however, beginning our ramp up for groups. Our first session of groups is going to be launching in 2 weeks on January 22nd with Groups Weekend, and so we're excited about that. If you're interested as a coach, if you're interested in leading a group, I would love to talk with you about that. We have some exciting opportunities to really help people grow deeper, to get to know each other better, and I think that's one of the things we recognize even out of events like this past weekend is just this opportunity for our people to get to know each other better, because we believe that as they know each other better, they're going to grow deeper together. And so if we can help initiate that as coaches, to lead groups, to challenge that. So if that's something that you're interested in being a part of a group, or specifically of leading a group, I'd love for you to let me know about that, and I'd love to walk through that with you. Also, one last bit of information for this particular video. Just recognizing today is Wednesday, and I took a look at this week's planning center, and it looks like several of our teams have not scheduled for this week. And so if you are one of those teams that has not scheduled, I believe actually the only team that's done scheduling so far is auditorium and host teams. If you haven't done your scheduling for this weekend, we really need to get on that. We just want to make it available for people, let them know on our teams ahead of time. Some of them probably just going to need a reminder, even though we've been out out for kind of 2 Sundays out of our regular, routine, it doesn't take long for people to kind of fall out of those good habits. And so we would encourage you to take care of those today. I will be checking on that tomorrow and probably filling in some spots tomorrow morning if we're not all the way filled there. So if you can help us out by going ahead, prompting your admin coordinators to take care of the scheduling for this week, and if you can kind of get the ball rolling for next week, that would be awesome. I know there may be some question about, okay, well, if there's no Discover, how do we recruit and how do we encourage people to be involved in teams? Same thing as always. We want to encourage you, if you see somebody, and we're going to be really challenging people to lean in and to be part of a team this year if they're not yet. But we're always open to that invitation. I think sometimes we get fearful and just to ask people. And I think one of the great leadership lessons I've learned is don't say people's no's for them. And so let's extend those opportunities. If you see people, people that you've met that you haven't seen serving on a team, let's check in with them in that way. But if you can kind of work on that scheduling component today, and again, I'll check in on that tomorrow and probably lend some help with filling in some gaps if we haven't got that done. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I know that we've all kind of been coming and going in different directions over the last couple of weeks. Looking forward to seeing you guys, looking forward to being back together. And I just believe that these next days are the best days of Next Level Church that are still to come. And so we're going to get to serve those together. And I'm just so thankful for you guys. Thank you for how you pastor your teams. Thank you for how you're leading them so well and encouraging them. And we just believe that God is about to continue to do something powerful here. And I'm excited to be a part of that. So hope you guys are having a great day. If you have any questions, if there's anything that you need, anything that can help with or be of service to you, please don't hesitate to ask. I love and appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.